Wow, wow, wow. Talk about the velvet glove hitting like a sledgehammer to that gentleman that asked the question that was from Germany, probably a woke social justice warrior, elitist, maybe not elitist, but at least a woke social justice warrior saying that, you know what, if one person out of a million ends up being a terrorist, okay, he's willing to do that. And Douglas just basically said, that's perfectly fine if it's not you standing outside that bar or restaurant when the bomb goes off, or it's not your children that are going to be at a concert. And he mentioned what happened at the Ariana Grande concert. It's perfectly fine to talk about it because you're sitting oh so nice and cushy in an air conditioned room pontificating about esoteric questions about whether or not it's okay. Like what are we gonna do? Bean counters? Like they were doing with the car companies that would say, you know what? If we go ahead and recall all these cars, we're going to have to pay billions of dollars to retrofit them. But if we just let it go and there's accidents, well, you know what? Let's just tally up how much is it going to cost us to cover the lawsuits. Won't there be a lot less than retrofitting our cars? Bean counters do the math, do the analysis. Figured, yeah, you know what? Let's go with the lawsuits. Forget about how many people get killed or die in car crashes due to negligence on our part. Anyways, I think that was so important to go back and hear that over again, that how succinctly and just how unbelievably, I mean, it just flows out of Douglas. And it just, like I said, it's that velvet glove that just boom, sledgehammer hit. Let's go over that one more time, how he just starts getting into the flow of that, and then how the impact is just absolutely catastrophic to that person who asked that question. We're going to go to that clip. We're just going to go a little bit back, do it right now. And there's that person that asked that question here, a German citizen, I believe, talking about that. And he's just getting, the velvet glove, with the slapper, velvet glove, velvet glove. Amazing, folks. Just amazing. Go ahead, say it. Say it. Don't spray it. If you think that's fine, then just say it. At least you can debate that thing and say that. But to hold that back and say, you know what? Okay, we're willing to take in as many migrants. We're willing to take in as many asylum seekers. We're willing to take in, the world's downtrodden, economic, whatever the reason is. But along with that, whatever problems come with that, if that means that the murder rate's going to go up, the rape rate's going to go up, the burglaries, the muggings, everything's going to go up. There's going to be less for our own people. We're going to have terrorist, attacks going on. If that's okay and you're willing to live with that, that Doug is saying, go ahead. Then say it. Be willing to admit it. That's what he's talking about. So what this lady from France is essentially saying is that most of the terrorist attacks have come from citizens that were born obviously in Britain, or citizens of France that were born in France. And so what she's trying to basically is play this, basically walk this line or be on the fence to say, oh, just don't blame all the immigrants. Don't blame the asylum seekers. Don't blame the refugees. It's being caused by our own people. Well, just because you were born in Britain, just because you were born in France, just because you were born in a Western democracy, does that mean that you had the patriotism of that country? That you had you had the nationality, but were you a part of that nation? No. Culturally, they were worlds apart. And as you said, these people were given the education in school. Well, maybe they weren't. Maybe they were homeschooled. Or maybe they didn't go to school. There was no assimilation from the first generation that came inside there. They still kept everybody within that enclave, in those ghetto areas, or in those areas that basically all the immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers, seek to be with their own. They didn't integrate or assimilate into other parts of the countries and spread out. So, what was going on at that time? Yes, they may have been born in France, may have been born in British, but they didn't feel French. They didn't feel British. And so whatever was needed to fill that void occurred. And where that occur? In those areas where those people were living. That's where, okay, the fostering of this anti-Britain, anti-France came along, that basically gave these people whatever, however you want to think about how that came about, okay, that in terms of going the next step forward and, perpetrating a terrorist attack or violence against those people within France and Germany. And when she says that it's not a religious, it is a religious problem. It is a cultural problem that is occurring from these people, these migrants that are coming from these third world countries, and many times, like we said, very low education, very low skill level. And so that brings in a whole different, you know, a whole different, you know, I guess, bag of worms, so to speak, problems, that are occurring. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Sheikh Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, like, share, and follow us. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Check out our video links above and below. We hope you enjoy those. Our final thought: when you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.